Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's market update. If you have any questions along the way, feel free to ask in the chat, and I'll take time to answer them as I have. Real quick before we get started, if you haven't already checked it out, please take a look at my new website. It's all things one-stop trading, right? The key, especially any new tutorial that I put out, you'll be able to find them all here. That risk management tool that I've talked about for so long, you can find it under risk management. I have 2 videos that talk about risk management, and then as well as a walkthrough with the tool, and you can click to download it here, all right on the website, right? So do keep that in mind. Check it out if you haven't already. It is super, super awesome. Okay, so with that said, we'll dive right into the charts. Kind of curious. Okay. So let's look. This is my weekly chart that I keep up. Oops. Oops. Here we go. This is the weekly chart that I like to keep up. And I pointed out this zone to everybody a while ago. The convergence of these 3 moving averages all right here at the top of the range. Massive, massive, massive resistance. But when we do eventually break through that level, price should shoot pretty much straight up to around 30K, 27 to 30K. So we can see here the price on a weekly time frame has rejected from that zone, right? Not too surprising. We'll go ahead down to a daily time frame here. We do have a new weekly as well. This is our daily time frame. Yeah, we can see we bounced off of the 0.75 here. The top still acting as resistance. Our 4-hour time frame. All right, we'll just go to our main chart. I'm just curious again. We will take a look at ETH later, but okay. So let's just zoom out. We have a few levels to mark out. I'm just gonna hide some of this stuff here. We'll go through and clean up my charts. So, all right, what is this? Okay. Yeah, we can see prices making an attempt to get back inside of the value area from up here. I mean, it's pretty clear what's going on. Like, you can see the resistance here. Well, why do you think we're stopping here? It's, this is going to be one of 2 things. This is either a back test where, we'll simply go lower from here, or it gains acceptance back into the value area, and the first place we look to is the point of control. We do have a new weekly level, so I do want to take the time to mark that out. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this. The Fibonacci retracement, I'll get rid of that. I don't know what this is. Oh, this is just another fixed range. This is for the whole thing. Tracement. Get rid of that. Couple long positions. Looked like they played out in part, then got stopped out. Don't exactly recall that one. No, short. This short was from last week. I posted in one of the live streams. Obviously, this played out really well. So that went great. Go ahead and close that out. I don't think I'm gonna need that, but I'll keep it. Getting rid of. Oh, you know what? I bet that was. Yes, it is. Right. Yeah. fixed range. All right, let's go to yeah, it's basically the same weekly, but now it's not this one. This weekly. Again, we have basically the same one now, right? This has been a pretty key. Yeah, you can see this one here, right? We closed below it, so on a weekly time frame, we actually rejected off of this weekly. Again, this whole zone is just such a massive resistance, so it's not, you know, it's not too surprising. And then we also have a daily that I want to mark out. We have a couple, but which ones do I actually want? That is still untapped. Throw this on here. That is 23,159. This is also untapped. What is this one? 24,800. Let's take a look. Honestly, I almost never trade a head and shoulders pattern. I don't really like trading them as a pattern in general. Okay, so these are our horizontal resistance and support levels. And then we also have that one down here. Let's highlight that one. So these are all of our untapped dailies and weekly nearby on the chart right now, which unsurprising. I mean, I really want this H12 order block to get taken out. So I'm not really going to count too much on this daily here for support. I think this zone could act as a really nice resistance zone in the event that we do get a move back up. It's worth keeping an eye on. I'm just looking at this. No, I don't really see a head and shoulders forming here. You know, for it to be a head and shoulders, it would have had to have been like this to come back down here. It didn't make it that low. So, no, I wouldn't say that a head and shoulders is forming here to answer that question. Let's yeah, see these two here. Yeah, we're hitting that 4-hour order block here. Let's see. Wow. So there's some pretty nice confluence in here, right? So the very top of this OB is the 0.5. The 6.6 falls right on our new untapped weekly, which is also a huge area of resistance. And then the 786 lines up really well with this untapped daily. So yeah, we have some really nice confluence in some of these zones here, you know, given some other kinds of things. Maybe we can get some kind of a setup out of it. I'm just going to hide that there. Let's put on our channels. Let's put on our channels here. How long has this been? Let's just do some comparison. I want to get an idea of like how long we can expect this retracement to be. So let's say from here to here. If we were to do half of that, that would put us through March, which is kind of what I was looking for. Let's just throw a 382 on here. Tuesday. Yeah, so this. Yeah, I could see maybe like, you know, we go here down to here, bounce, and then come back down here to that final zone, and then we rip. And I think I've talked about this before. I know I've pointed this out to you guys a zillion times. This is kind of like been my general plan, right? So yeah, something like this. But I don't think it's going to be playing out this quickly like this, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. Let's take a look at our channels. So I drew this channel the other day. I really like this channel. I mean, look at just how well respected this is from here. Move up, top, the midline super well respected. Drop back down here, top, midline, drop. Now we're back testing the midline. This would be like a great spot to just come back down here, get in this zone, and then and then from there we can kind of decide what price is going to do. But yeah, in my opinion, this is a pretty key spot you know, there's still quite a bit of negative delta built up in here. So what I'm saying is we could definitely see a squeeze and get that move up, maybe back above this weekly to like this daily, perhaps, right? I'm actually going to hide that weekly because I'm not going to put too much faith on it on a low time frame resistance. I'm going to look at that more on a high time frame. But I could definitely see, you know, either here we're going to hold, right? The delta will hold, we won't get squeezed, and we'll see continuation of the downside. Or, you know, the squeeze continues and we probably get a push back up to this high at the very least at this daily, right? Which is also the 786 of the move. I wonder if we have, let's take a look here. Hmm. But that wouldn't mean that wave 5 is complete yet. Hmm. 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 This could be a crab. I'd like that more. Let's look. Hmm. No, no. Could be a crab. Could be a Gartley. I'm not crazy about any of this. Hmm. Let's look at our sideways channels. Well, well, well. Yeah, it's just amazing how well respected these channels are. Look at this. Right, so we're in this upper channel, breakdown to the midline of the previous channel for a bounce, resistance, breakthrough, back test, and are now testing this as resistance here. Right, which is also no, we're above the of that. It's acting as resistance. Yeah, I'm not. Look at this once. Yeah. Let's see if we have any weekly naked point of controls. Where was the top of that channel? Here, okay. Let's see if we have any oh, we have the monthly close coming up too. Oh, would you look at that? So that's what we just got our move up to, was the last week's naked point of control, which is right what we're rejecting from. So, all right, good game. Perfect. So this is a decent area for a rejection, actually. We have the bottom of the previous range, right? There's also the weekly naked point of control from last week here. So this would be a very fair place. Again, as I've pointed out a couple times in the stream, said in a different way, I definitely see this, and this is like a key spot to where either we can rip, and we're gonna look, you know, probably quite a bit higher up, right? Because we'll squeeze through. You know, if we go on here over to BTC, where the fuck? Here we go. You know, there's still some 4 billion negative delta built up in here. So we did squeeze out about 6 billion worth, which, I mean, that's pretty, I don't know, it's a pretty good squeeze. But yeah, I think that, you know, we could probably project, you know, if we were to continue to squeeze, we'd probably get some kind of a move up a little bit higher. You know, could you take a trade off of this? Yeah, sure. I mean, you could definitely get some kind of a setup off of it, but like, I don't know, it's just not like a crazy, you know, it's not some crazy, insane, high probability trade here. It's not like something that I would be overly eager to ladder into. But I think you could definitely position off of here, you know, set up properly for at least some kind of like a small trade. Yeah, for me, I mean, here's the deal, right? So we shorted up here, okay? And then we took a short, I called out this short here, here, and I'm also short on ETH still from last week. So I'm not like overly eager to be hopping into a position, right? We've already taken 2 trades on the way down. We've taken like great profits down here. So for me, like, could you get a trade off of this? Yeah, maybe, but I'm definitely like, I would be more interested in something like this, right? With a move up higher, possibly shorting off of, you know, the 618, um the, you know, top of the macro local range that we're in, right? This lower range that we're in altogether, like something like this, I'm a little bit more interested in. You know, getting a move then down to that H12 order block, taking out these lows like we've been watching for a while. Like I would be more interested in something like this. I'm not like overly eager to hop into a position here, just based on what I see on BTC. Yeah, I think like to me, somewhere up there, you know, like I said, somewhere in here to the daily, somewhere in that zone, in my opinion, would probably be a better opportunity for a trade. I know on crypto Twitter, there's sort of this move looming around where people think we're gonna go like this up to here and then dump. Um, yeah, I don't know. I'm not. I personally, I don't see any reason why we should think that's going to happen right now. If we break back into this range, then we can take it into consideration, right? But I'm going to be more interested in like looking for a position here, you know, if we get that break back in, depending, right? We'll have to wait and see what the move looks like. But like right now, I have no reason to think that we're gonna go and take out the highs again, right? I don't see any reason for that. Um, could it happen? Sure. I'm just like not interested in that particularly. I still kind of want to do something like this and then, you know, open up a long position down here. To me, this is like still my do I have them on here? No, I don't. This is the setup. I had this marked out for like a super, super long time, but it is, you know, basically, let me see if I have the, where was I going to trade this to? I was going to trade this to, well, basically just to back to the top of the range, right? You know, possibly higher, possibly take profit a little bit sooner, but generally speaking, like this was the long setup that I'm still looking for. Like to me, it makes sense to come down here, sweep these lows, get a move back up, and then come back down to here, right? Like to me, that makes a little bit more sense in my eyes. And then, you know, two, someone asked, is it possible that a head and shoulders is forming on the daily? If you're, you know, really big into head and shoulders, you know, then you could probably, you kind of get sort of that formation here, right? But instead of a full breakdown, we'd fake out and then have a massive pump to the upside, right? So this would be kind of what I'm more generally interested in. So yeah, those are like my two places. Like I'm interested in a short somewhere up here, and I'm interested in a long somewhere in here. If anything, could you get some kind of a day trade out of this? Yeah, but I'm already like short in two different places, so I'm not like overly eager to be hopping into this, but I think it's a really great indication, you know, for the strength here. If we are going to be rejecting off of this zone that was previously support, you know, that's an SR flip. You can definitely get some kind of a setup here. Oops. You can definitely take some kind of a setup, you know, to basically target this untapped daily down here, I would say. You know, I think that this is a fair setup. I'm not like crazy about it, but I do think that is like a trade that you could take, right? Otherwise, this is a deviation, and you would take the deviation trade, right? The deviation trade being acceptance back in. We look back to the top of the range or that zone, generally speaking. Or, like I said, this is a back test, and we're looking to reject. But what I do like about this area, generally speaking, it's the bottom here. It's the bottom of the previous channel, and it's also the midline for this uptrend that we're looking at here, right? This midline of this channel that price has been in for some time. So I do think there's a fair amount of resistance here. Like I said, this is like another line in the sand for me. I said the same thing here. Like this is a line in the sand. I think that if price breaks up above here, we're probably gonna, you know, maybe get back up to here or here, right? Somewhere in this is a general zone. If price fails and rejects here, then, you know, we're gonna go lower, right? We're gonna start taking out some of the lows that we had before, and I would let's just take a look here. I think that maybe we could even get something. This would be a lot later. Yeah, you know, in this area too, we'll end up playing a pretty nice support zone. So that's another thing worth keeping in mind here. So yeah, so that's generally my thoughts on BTC. You guys know my two areas for a trade, and I'll be sure to like post those charts for you guys in the Discord. But yeah, like unless we're kind of up in here or we're down in here, I'm not like particularly interested in a like any kind of a swing trade or a longer term trade. This is my line in the sand. If we break back into this zone, very likely we're going up here. If we reject here, I'd say it's a pretty damn good chance we're going to be, you know, going lower, at the very least down to this daily, hopefully this H12 order block. So again, you know, if you did want to position, you could, you know, position in here and look to trade down to this daily. Again, I'm not overly eager to do this, and the reason why is because I've already shorted ETH similarly because I think ETH looks weaker. So let's wrap this up. Let's go over to ETH right now. I posted this chart in the Discord. this morning, this rising wedge. I did add a short position on this. I shorted in here, in part because, like I said, BTC is at a line in the sand for me where if it's gonna rip, it's gonna rip. If it doesn't, then we're definitely gonna be making new lows. And having that kind of confluence along with this rising wedge, and bearish divergence here on Ethereum, I took the short in here. As a matter of fact, I was already short from when we traded here. I shorted, took profit here, and I took some more in here. Now I've re-added to my short here that I'm going to look to trade back down to about 610. So this one, to me, this is a more valid trade, and I actually like this one. So this was the short position that we took previously. I don't know where this is. This was the short that I took previously. I've added to it here. Basically averaging down into, or averaging up, I should say. And I'm basically doing the same trade. Like, I'm just gonna go like this, and I still intend on trading it back down to the bottom of this range, right? Let's take a look here. Yeah. Yeah, so again, this is like, the same trade that I'm taking. I'm just laddering in, more position. I'm going to take profit here and look to trade it back down to the bottom of the range. And I'm just going to keep my stop loss above here. And I know the RR doesn't look great, but like my ultimate target with this short is to ride it down to here. So that's why I'm averaging in this zone here, take profit at the midline, take profit at the bottom of the channel, with the anticipating that at some point it will break down to about the 1400 level. Right? So that's kind of my, this is my trade that I took. Like I said, it does count on BTC rejecting from here, but I would have rather have shorted ETH than BTC in this case. So that's kind of why I took this trade over that one. And again, I can post this chart in here in the Discord as well. I'm just curious. Let's take a look to see if we got, excuse me, any new levels that are interesting. Yeah, there's a weekly here. Nah, I'm not really interested in that weekly, to be honest with you. We do have an untapped daily here. I'm actually going to hide this one and mark this one out. Yeah, I mean, really, there's not a whole lot. We do have a daily here. Not particularly interested in that one either, to be totally honest with you. Yeah, this is playing out really nicely. Man, I hope some of you saw this. I feel bad. I wish I had, well, whatever. I'll post it in the Discord afterwards. It's not like you can't enter on, like maybe get a move down somewhere here and then you can enter for the short again. But yeah, I've shorted this, right? So I am positioned in here. Just FYI, if anybody it is looking for some kind of a trade today. For me, this is it. Again, you could take it on BTC. Looks like it's having that rejection we talked about, but like I said, I already took it on this one, so I'm not really interested in taking it on BTC as well. Yeah, take profit at the midline at the bottom range. I'll get this posted in the Discord right away. We're gonna wrap this up. Oh, nice. All right, cool, good. I'm glad to see that. Um, all right, cool. Well, I don't think there's really too much to go over right now. I think with BTC, you guys all pretty much get the idea on what I'm looking for. As far as bigger trades go, we have my two zones for a long and a short, given what happens here. Like we talked about, this is my line in the sand again, where if we squeeze through here, you know, it's likely we'll see kind of the higher prices in here. If it's lost, I'd say it's you know, we're going to probably continue down at the very least to this daily and hopefully to that H12 order block with Ethereum here. Like I said, I instead of taking the short on BTC, being that it's in that line in the sand for me, I decided to take it here instead. Just compounding a short that I'm already in. Again, looking to trade it down to the midline, to the bottom, and then eventually down to this order block down here. When and if we do get some kind of a breakdown, right? So again, this is, like I said, even on ETH, this is also kind of a line in the sand for me that, you know, if we go higher, I think that we're going to take out a lot of these previous highs, and it's likely we'll just like squeeze straight through. But with that said, we also have a short setup up here. Do I have it in here? Don't tell me I deleted it. Huh, I must have accidentally deleted them. Oh, God, look at this. Look at this channel, man. I swear. Some of these channels that ETH and BTC are trading on are just so awesome. Like, oops, look at this one. Look at this. So price breaks down out of it, breaks back in, holds it here. You know, attempts to have continuation. Now, if we break down here, and lose this channel for real, man, this thing's gonna be cooked. But we have had a couple deviations in the past, haven't we? We had this kind of larger one here, but we didn't even make it to the top of the channel on the second round, right? We barely got through the midline. So yeah, I really like all this. I like this setup. I think all this looks good for our positions. Okay, cool. Well, I'm gonna wrap it up. Yeah, thanks, Henry. I appreciate it. I'm really excited for this week. I really am. You know, I think we all positioned really well last week. Today we're getting another opportunity at that ETH short. And I think, you know, in the upcoming week here, and especially the week after, we're actually going to start to see, like, you know, the bigger moves to the targets that we've been talking about for a while, like that H12 order block on BTC that I just really want to see. And then, of course, on ETH, you know, this order block down here, as well as taking out. I'd really love to see this low get taken out here, right? So maybe we see some kind of continuation where you finally break down from all of this, you know, in this zone here. So yeah, we'll just kind of have to wait and see how it plays out. But I'm really optimistic for this week here, and the upcoming week as well. We have the monthly close. That'll be, boy, tomorrow. So you know, with the monthly close, there's going to be a lot of volatility. So do keep that in mind, and you know, be sure you have your stop set and everything all positioned, because you really never know how a monthly open and close will go. You can expect a lot of volatility with that. So, all right, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. I'll be in the Discord, you know, as per usual, all week, Monday through Friday. You guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Otherwise, just enjoy your day. I hope you have a great trading week, and we'll see you guys in the Discord.